Oh God, we're all gonna die.
That was so emotional, you guys.
That was so good.
It was so emotional, you guys.
I'm so
It was
glad
a
it was
really good-
two. I'm so glad it was two.
It was like awesome having the back-to-back
yeah.
and like having every single person's story
yeah.
fleshed out,
Instead
which we
of
knew
seeing-
was going to happen anyway,
I know.
right? So that was really good.
That's one thing I really like about them. They always follow through on like the promises of the show.
Yeah.
They don't make
Definitely.
you wait for ages because they know they got more good stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
'Cause
Good
it's
stuff.
Jesus Christ.
Every time we say
it's the
good.
place where they have good things.
Oh, snap.
Yay!
I feel like we should
finish on that.
Kieran, you want to bing bong us?
Oh yes. How does the tune? I'll make it up.
We've been listening to
Just,
it.
yeah.
Bing, 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 bing.
Sorry,
not
we
laugh.
need to be so
Yeah,
silent.
okay.
Okay, serious and go.
Bing, 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 bing. No, I have no idea how.
Wait. Okay, one.
Oh, what I'm gonna do fork. I can research live on air.
What
That's
do you?
okay.
What
Okay,
is
that's
it? The
fine.
theme that you're
Yeah.
after? It's like do 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 something like that.
You need
right?
to do it.
I don't think it's that slow.
You should just do it.
Yeah, it is.
I'm listening. No, because I'm thinking more of the bings and the bongs. That's what I listen
the
to.
Bing bong bing. No, we're not gonna go there. We're not gonna go there. It's
I
not
know
It's
that
the
9
much.
seconds
worst.
long.
I know it the worst.
Yeah, it's very short.
Copyright. Shh. Don't listen.
Yeah.
Yeah, you had it.
I knew it.
We have to be silent.
Okay.
Ba, 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 ba.
Karen, you can't break. Let's all do
So
it together.
close. So close. Do
Do,
do do
do,
do
do, do, do.
Okay, perfect.
All of this is saying it.
Welcome to the Good Chat, a good place to have a good chat about the good place. I'm Anusha Chibi.
I'm sewing a hat.
I'm Kieran Kraft.
This week, we're chatting about Season 3, Episode 1 and 2, Everything is Bonzer!
Bonzer!
Directed by Dean Holland, written by Gene Statsky, Michael Shaw,
And that's it.
And that's it. Like,
And Anusha
and
Debbie.
that's it. And that's it.
and us in our hearts.
Aww.
So, guys, hi!
Yay.
We totally haven't been hanging out for ages already.
No, it hasn't.
We just sat down.
It hasn't been an entire day. What are we talking about?
We just watched the show, right, guys?
We just watched it. Okay, so, the Good Chat, we are going to be doing an episode a week when every single episode of Season 3 comes out.
Just for you guys,
And
because
just-
we're giving and loving, and we
Yeah.
want our friends out there.
It's entirely
to-
selfless.
Yeah, I mean,
Because
do you
we
think,
are great people, not
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
good people.
like, do you
Great.
think we like the sound of our own voices?
We
no.
we are
Do you think
Bonzer.
we like each other? No. No, we're here to do a service.
So,
This is a public service broadcast.
yes,
Yeah.
public service. Okay, every week we start with a 30-second recap from memory.
Yes.
We pick a name out of a hat, and this
That person
week,
has to do it on the fly. So I'm just
do.
gonna, the person that's gonna do it is.
Anusha.
yay! I get to do the recap.
Yay!
Since
dear
it was 2
God.
episodes rather than 1, well, I reckon you can take a whole minute. I'll start the timer.
When you're ready. When
I'm
you're ready.
still
Noosh.
like actually extra nervous because I feel like I need to breathe.
I mean, we just watched the show, so you
Relax.
can't miss a
Yeah,
single thing,
just
okay?
Just watched the show. You
How
guys.
dare you drop one single plot
Okay, tell me
Okay.
when.
Absolutely no pressure.
Tell me when
Ready?
will you be
Breathe in,
mine?
breathe out. Go!
So we come back and Michael and Janet are up in Heaven Place and they're looking down on everybody and Michael's like, we gotta help these guys. So he saves Eleanor, he saves Chidi, he saves Tani, he saves Jason. And we see what happens to each of them during their year on Earth before they get saved. Eleanor's has already been done. I don't need to talk about it. She shows up in Chidi's office. Chidi has become less indecisive. He becomes more decisive. He meets a lovely lady called Simone. He then Michael then goes to Tahani and tells Tahani to get her shit together after she has been through a monastery and being a monk. And then Jason comes back
10
because
seconds.
he tells him to be a nymph. Dance crew.
Wow.
Oh Fucking Sonya! Jesus Christ, you guys. Oh.
Amazing language there.
Forking shirt balls. So that went terribly.
It was amazing.
You did so well for
You
being
got
the
the
first
broad
one.
stroke.
Everyone got their explanation of how they got good and then bad again.
I feel like
Done.
there was just so
And
much.
they were all saved. They all took Jesus into their hearts.
Saved by Jesus, Michael.
Jesus Michael. Oh,
Jesus, Michael.
Jesus Michael. I mean, honestly, you guys, Ted Danson and everything
It's
that
so
he's
good.
ever done in his life, but particularly this show, I can't even deal with how amazing he is.
Yes, and like they picked every single version of him on Earth for each of the humans was so good. Australian Ted Danson, dirtbag Ted Danson, like douchebag who's offering merch deals to Tahani Ted Danson.
Perfect.
Oh, what was his name? It was something amazing, like something indigo.
Yeah.
Oh, I
so
can't
good.
remember. It was
Yeah.
so good though. Yeah, I mean, amazing episode. So much content
So much.
that
It
happened.
It was so
Holy
good because
shit balls.
we got a lot of it. We got a lot of Eleanor's story in the end of season 2.
Yeah.
And so we got like her whole thing of like she was trying to be a good person after her near death experience, but then it got harder and harder, and things like she got punished for doing the right thing.
Yeah.
And then like she slid back into her ways, and then Ted Danson came in, and
Yeah.
we'll probably interchange the actors and the like character
Yeah,
names a
which
lot.
definitely like kind of followed the same trend with the other 3 as well.
Yeah.
So I mean, it wasn't too difficult
I
to go
really-
and
yeah.
see
They
what
all-
was going on with them as
Yeah,
well.
they all
right?
followed like the same arc. Of,
Yeah.
like,
I think
having struggles.
Tahani's was, I like Tahani's because it was a little interesting in that Ted didn't come in as like this sympathetic person to like help, get her back on track. He came in as
True.
like the opposite of that made her realize that she did not want to associate herself with this terrible thing.
But at the same time, was then like, as long as people think that I am doing it for them, right? Like, she is still being very self-centered.
But it is interesting how like
seemed
for
it.
her it was like him being so like antagonistic
Yeah.
and evil made her realize because she does want to be
Yeah.
a good person.
Yeah.
Like even if it's mostly she wants to be seen to be a good person.
Yeah.
To her, those two things are still the same.
Yeah.
Like, those
Which
things are the
really
same.
ties into kind of a lot of what Eleanor is, right? So, like, Eleanor has a lot of those same instincts of, like, you think that I'm a dirtbag or whatever, like, I'll show you, or...
Yeah.
She has
I'll
that.
show you who's a
Yeah.
dirtbag.
And it was really cool to see her and Tahani actually, like, get off
It was so
together when
sweet.
they hit it off when they met.
Get off together.
Shut
I
up.
wish.
No, stop.
Ay.
Hey, we're not going there.
Ay, ay,
Ay, ay,
ay.
ay,
Boing,
ay.
boing,
I
boing.
mean,
Sorry.
obviously Eleanor would go there. She's said it a million times, and fair enough. Tahani is smoking hot. But yes, that was really awesome to see
know,
them
they were
actually
so,
get along really
like,
well
friendly.
and
It was
like
sweet.
bond over the fact that they both hate her sister.
It wasn't.
cute.
It was unexpected too because you
Yeah.
would like think the pattern would repeat, but it didn't.
No.
On Earth, they met each other and they immediately like didn't hate each other.
Yeah, that's so true.
I do find it interesting that because Michael went down to Earth quite a few times in these episodes.
Yeah.
And then and then we had, Janet staying back up on in the judge's realm or whatever it is. It is going to be interesting to see how they have those characters interacting over the course of the season because they've usually been in the same world and now they're no longer in that same world. So how are they going to keep tying them together? Because that is their core cast.
Yeah, that's so
Yeah.
true. But I also really find it so interesting how, compared to seeing them in the previous good place, quotation marks, where they all kind of didn't like each other from the
'cause they were
set-off
set up to
because
be
they were
that
set
way.
up to be that way, as opposed to meeting on Earth, where they did it, well, not willingly, but they think they did it out of their own
Yeah.
will to meet each other.
Yeah.
Their interactions with one another were so different.
Yeah.
Like Eleanor helping Chidi
Immediately. Yeah.
out with
Like
his
3 weeks
new love
in.
interest with
Yeah.
Samoa, which was so lovely to see. And then also seeing Tahani and her getting along, and then Jason coming in and being stupid, but also not being called out for being dumb by the others.
I think it speaks to this thing that's sort of not been talked about on the show or anything. It's these reboots, I think it's really hard as human beings to get the idea of like, okay, wipe your memory, you start at completely zero. I think in all of our hearts we're like, no, like something stays.
Yeah.
So like the fact that the ethics come easier to Eleanor, and like I think it's like there's a part subconsciously where we're like, no, it's because like all those experiences, just because she doesn't have a memory of them anymore, they stuck with her soul.
Well,
or
that's what
something.
happened
That's
with
the
Janet.
experience,
Like a soul
right?
memory.
Yeah, that was the experiment.
And that's what happened with Janet, is that she got like more
Yeah,
refined as they went
right.
on, and it's
They
just
got
happening in a
rebooted.
subtler way with them.
That's so true.
Yeah, it's like
That's
a
so
soul
true.
memory.
And also just like her Janet and her reaction to Jason and
Aw,
her
what a
reaction
cutie.
to the judge being her potential mom.
I love that.
And her and Michael being great friends. I just love Janet so
And,
much.
like,
I love how she called him dad as well, because
Oh, yeah.
Jason has done that before.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
And
good. And she was
no.
like, oh, no, we can't
they're,
do that.
They're friends. They're not dead. And like Janet gets to have more facial expressions, and she'll get more and more sophisticated, which means that
Yeah.
Darcy will get to act more and more, and it'll be really good. Yeah.
One thing that I didn't manage to get to in my recap because Jesus
Oh, which part?
fucking Christ, this entire episode was so huge.
It's such a dense show. They
Yeah.
fit so much in.
I mean,
know.
really, but Sean, trying to figure out a way to find out what's happening with the
Yeah.
judge and the 4 humans.
It totally makes
He
sense.
obviously is pissed off
Yeah.
and has a huge grudge against
And I
these
love
guys
that, like-
for getting away from him, right?
And he's like so angry, he's cocooning demons left and right.
Yeah,
Oh,
and
that's just him.
he manages to find a way to get to where they are on Earth and find out what the plan is, because Michael is being a sneaky little bitch and going down to Earth when he's not supposed to be.
And because of that, Sean finds his way in
Yeah.
and ends up getting Trevor,
Trevor,
Adam Scott, to
spoiler.
appear at the very end of the episode, and
Which
he's going to be
was
joining
such
the
a- so
humans
exciting.
in the ethics, life and death experience thing.
So-
What a great way to
good.
keep the bad place side of things, like, keep that threat
Yeah.
happening.
Yeah,
I
totally.
did not, for some reason, I didn't expect for there to be demons on
No,
Earth.
me neither.
So stupid.
I didn't even
expect
think.
it.
I didn't think that Sean was going to be a threat on Earth.
Yeah.
I thought he was going to be a threat when they came back, if they do come back. But I did not. Yeah, I didn't see that coming, which is great.
Yeah. It's such a good show.
It's such a good show, you guys.
Bing, 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 bing. Ad segment.
The Good Chat is brought to you by the concept of pizza. It's fun. It's nice. We just ate some.
It's better when it's warm, but
Yeah.
or when it's fridge cold. Medium is no good.
That's true. Okay, perfect.
Outro.
Ba-ba-ba-ba-ba.
Yay!
Amazing.
Welcome back to the Good Chat.
The Good Chat. The Good Chat. Chat. Chat.
The
Chat.
good,
The Good
chat.
Chat.
We'll figure it out
The
at some point, you guys.
The Good Chat.
Bonza.
Bonzer.
What if we just called ourselves Bonzer? The Bonzer Chat.
The Good Chat brought to you by Bonzer.
Guys, this is amazing.
The
Okay.
Bonzer Chat?
We have to redo the entire podcast now.
This is true.
No, let's just put the Bonzer Chat intro music at the very beginning, okay?
Okay.
Da-da-da-da.
Sorry. I really choked on my own spit. Ooh, dear.
Ridiculous.
Here's what I want to talk about. In season 2, they sort of at the start set up this whole thing of they're redoing all the premises, and they several times changed basically the premise of the show throughout. Sometimes it's them trying to hide it from demons, sometimes them trying to escape. I'm interested to see what happens this season
know.
because they're on Earth now.
Yeah.
Do we think they're going to stay on Earth
No.
the entire season?
I don't think so.
Really?
Alicia, do you think so?
I mean, I feel like I don't know. This show is so all over the place,
Yeah.
right? Because they obviously are okay with scrapping their
Yeah,
original
yeah.
entire set that they were on for so long that we were introduced to, and now they can just easily put us into
Yeah.
the real world in
Yeah.
Australia of all places, and it feels totally the same.
Yeah.
And I feel like that is a huge testament to the characters because it doesn't matter where
Yeah,
they
yeah,
are,
yeah.
as long as the characters are together.
That dynamic.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
So I couldn't say where they're gonna go with it, but I honestly don't really care.
Yeah.
Aw.
Right?
Yeah.
I trust Mike Schur and the other writers and the
trust the show
actors. I
now.
trust them
Yeah.
to do whatever.
Exactly. And I feel like with how the story is going at the moment, you're right. They're gonna stay on Earth for a while, obviously, because they're gonna have to flesh how this war between Michael and his team and
We gotta
Sean
get
and
some
his
good
team
Trevor moments.
are gonna
yeah.
go.
Well,
like,
it's also like at the moment they still have like the protection of the judge. Like it's a place that they can stay for a while.
Yeah.
Whereas like end of season 2, like they were always on the run, no matter where they were hiding.
Yeah. But then they also have like they don't know what's going to happen when the judge finds out if Michael's been down to earth and stuff, right?
I think that's going to happen sooner rather than later, and then I think that'll be
here's the thing though, is that I am very skeptical about making this prediction that this is how it's going to work out because the show never does that, right? They never go with what you're actually thinking is going to happen.
I know.
So I feel like...
But then there is also that thing that like Mike Shaw says all the time about how like they take that thing that would be like a season finale that everyone
and just put it into an episode.
They do it early.
Yeah, that's so true.
I think they actually, like the thing that's not frustrating is it's not like Lost where they don't do what everyone says they're going to do and they do the complete opposite, and you're like, that doesn't make sense. Because the reason people think stuff is going to happen is because it makes sense.
So
they just bring it up.
So you're right. I feel like, actually, no, you're right. It's just that it's going to be a season, episode ender, as opposed to a season
3 or something.
Yeah, that's
like,
so true.
From the past seasons, it's going to be like, we're talking about this now. It'll be episode
And
3.
I also remember, like, on The Good Place, the original podcast, when they had
Mark Evan Jackson.
was Mark Evan Jackson.
Guys, more name ideas. The Good Pod?
Oh God! Please don't detract
The
right
Pod
now.
Place.
Sorry. The Place.
The Pod Place. Jesus Christ.
The Good.
So, and he was talking about how this season is so much faster than any of the other seasons that they've done, right? So you're right, like I think it's just gonna happen real fast. Like they've already done all of their introductions within 2 episodes, 1 technically. Yeah. Big episode,
that makes
right?
me really worried, because okay, this is what I want to talk about.
Yeah.
Chidi's new girlfriend, she's like a real human with a real life who's not dead and not been to heaven or hell.
Right.
She, like, if they, you know, have to go wherever, what's gonna happen to her? Are we just gonna say goodbye? She's such a well-drawn character already. And there's clearly, like, a real connection with Chidi. So I'm like, are we just gonna scrap her character and move on? Or are we gonna, like, have some weird between-Earth dialogue? Or...
That's so true. But I also have a feeling that, like, I don't know, that maybe she's been kind of pushed into that role. Or...
I don't think so.
Oh, wait! Timelines!
Timelines?
There was such
this
a
is a
huge...
new timeline.
There's a huge thing of Michael saying, this is going to create a new timeline, it's going to have some ripple effects. We're definitely going to get some alternate universe.
We are.
Yes! That's so exciting.
I honestly reckon, I don't know if she's going to, like, become, I don't know if someone's going to become, like, a regular cast member, like, into the team. I don't think they would do that.
No.
But I do think she is going to be a recurring character. I think she's going to stay on for a while.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, they do that with a lot of people. I mean, that's what happened with Vicky and stuff, right?
Yeah,
so that was really
season.
cool.
Yeah, at least season long.
Here's what I want to talk about.
Boo, no. Sorry.
Rude. So rude. How much Janet is still, like, in love with Jason.
Oh my god, yes.
Oh, you guys, every single time Michael comes back and she's like, how is he? And he's like, oh, you know, he's
the same.
He's the same. And she's like, I'm going to take that as he's hot.
That sounds hot.
That sounds hot. Yeah, you're so right, Jenna. It is. He totally is. And it's so nice. But I also feel like she's going to go through so much heartbreak again because, like...
Because he doesn't know about her.
Exactly. No, and how is it feasible for them to be together if he's going to be on Earth for a significant amount of time now, right?
Ooh.
Are you going to kill them again?
No, Janet on Earth.
That's what I was thinking. Is Janet going to, like, come to Earth? Could she even do that? Like, how would that work?
Guys.
Can you imagine Janet on Earth as a human, pretending to be human?
I just had another thought. Because it's an experiment, they can still kill them at any point.
Yeah.
And then they can go back to the thing. And so maybe that's part of Sean's plan, is to get them to die again.
Oh my god, he's going to try to get them killed.
Before they can become good people.
Yeah.
Trevor's gonna try to kill them at every opportunity, but in not like a horror movie way.
But I think the thing is, like, the doorman said that Michael wouldn't have his powers. Yeah. So Trevor won't have his powers either. So he'll literally just be a human.
He'll be like, whisper, whisper, whisper. Yeah. It'll be totally
Does he have his memories down there? Maybe.
It's totally gonna be like good angel, bad angel on the shoulder. Yes.
Yeah.
It'll be so good.
That's so true.
Do we think that, I should probably say it for another episode, but I'll say it now anyway.
Go.
Do we think that, like, the 4 humans will find out about the truth of everything while they're still on Earth?
I kind of...
Like, will they learn that they died and came back?
I kind of think that will happen, just because I think Michael has too much of an obsession of being a part of their lives and wanting to be with them and make sure that everything goes on track. And he comes back more and more. They have all met him in different scenarios.
Yes, and he's all a different man
and he's
time.
a totally different person every time. But they'll be able to I mean, come on, Eleanor.
Eleanor's so smart.
Yeah.
Eleanor, she will figure it out. I feel like she will.
And she'll figure it out in, like, episode 5 or something. It'll be ridiculous.
Because, like, that's, like, especially if Michael keeps doing it.
Yeah.
Like, he is manipulating them. Like, it's for a good reason.
Yeah.
But, like, he's still manipulating them. And her, like, antenna will be so up.
So true.
That she will recognize that, hang on, we're all seeing this, slightly
We keep
older,
getting
white-haired
nudges.
dude.
Yeah. Especially now that Trevor's down there and Michael's probably going to want to come back down.
Yeah. To mitigate him.
Yeah.
I genuinely think, like, it's going to escalate and he's going to have to nudge more and more and more and more. And then it'll be a point of, like, this isn't working anymore. Change of premise.
Yeah. Totally. I'm excited, though.
I'm very excited for this season.
Do we think we're going to get any, like, characters like Vicky coming back?
I really hope
More
so.
demons?
I really hope so. One of my favorite things that I read was when Jamila Jamil was doing an interview and she was like, this is the first time I've ever been on a show and there are 2 other Asian actors.
Yay!
And it's not like,
it's not a big
their
deal.
ethnicity, nothing about their race or, like, none of that is brought up. We are just actors doing great characters and that's it. And it was a surreal experience for her. And I'm watching this, like, I've never seen this many, like,
It's so
Asian
casually
diverse
diverse.
on a TV show in such amazing roles
And, like,
before.
the hot dumb guy is an Asian guy. I love it.
Oh,
I
yes.
love it.
Yeah, so true. And yeah, I don't know, it's just really lovely. So I really hope that Vicky comes back. And I'm, like, also very happy for Chidi and having Simone because
Yay. Oh, Simone.
like she's great. She's actually a really great character. And I think Eleanor actually really likes her
Yeah.
too. Sorry, that was a huge tangent.
Because the first time we see Eleanor's little face as a reaction to meeting Simone, you're almost like, oh, is she going to be, like, jealous or whatever? But she's not at all, and it's so refreshing.
Yeah.
It's so nice.
That's so
I still
true.
say they're going to be a throuple.
I mean, call it. Yeah, why not?
The timestamp, whatever.
This is good news.
Yay! It's time
Welcome
for some good news.
To the good news. Okay. I feel like one of our amazing producers / Janets wants to share some good news.
Oh, well, I initially was going to do that thing about Jacinda, about how our female Prime Minister went before the UN and talked about how New Zealand's politics is focusing on kindness and how that should be like a model for the rest of the world.
Yes!
Which I think is pretty great. However, I would also quite like to talk about the new Pokemon, which is Meltan, which is super cute.
Oh, yay! Let's look at him on this audio medium. Yay!
Oh, hang on, let's set everyone up. Okay, Google, show me images of Meltan.
You're welcome. We just operated your Google for you.
Melton, not Melton.
Is
Is it a bunch of stuff? Melton?
It's a town called Melton.
Is it Cheese Melton?
Oh dear God.
Melton is a great name for a nerd. Isn't
It
it?
is.
Like,
Well, Milton isn't Millhouse. Oh, isn't Millhouse. No.
yeah, duh.
Look
So close.
how Meltan. Look how adorable that is.
Slash with an Asian woman who's
Why is
in a
there,
bride.
It's Google Images. There's no way of avoiding that.
Yeah, that's so true.
I
But,
don't
like,
know. I don't
let's
see
see.
him.
It's so cute because it's like it's just a Higgs bolt on a grey blob, but it's the cutest thing I've ever seen.
With a little eyeball and a little
Guys.
red thing. Why a little red thing?
So that's the good news for today, Meltan. Also, you know, our Prime Minister, yada yada yada.
Kindness, blah blah blah.
Kindness, very
Kindness,
important,
you
yada yada
guys,
yada.
yeah.
Look at this cute thing.
Guys,
And
amazing.
there's the coral reefs thing too, right?
I don't think we should blow all our good
Yeah,
news
no,
on
let's
this.
just lightly leave it
The
at that.
world is so few.
All right, cool. Well, guys, this has been the Good Chat. This is amazing.
Episode 1 of
and 2
The good
episode
chit
1
chat.
of the Good Chat Chat.
of the Good Chat
The Good
Chat.
Chat Chat
This is
Chat.
true.
The
The good chat.
I am so excited to do this again with you guys next week. This is gonna be great.
Excited to get better and better.
Yes.
Yes.
Here's hoping
to-
we have material.
And to talk over each other slightly less.
I feel like we did pretty well.
I know, we did very well
feel like
compared
we
to
did pretty
last
well.
time, especially.
Yeah.
So.
Okay. Amazing.
It's time for our usual sign off that we do every time.
Every time.
So, I've been Anusha Tibby.
I've been Solly Hack.
I've been Kieran Kraft.
And you've been listening to The Good Place, The Good Chat,
Good Chat.
Good Chat,
Oh
Good
my god,
Chat.
we need a name. Kieran, you
Go do something chat.